That was kind of loud. Hey guys, welcome back to Shredcraft RC. I'm Cam, and today back into another project with the hammer ray. Well, not really a project, but kind of testing some of the things that I've done and changed to this rig. After a little crawl sesh with some of the buddies over at Red Rocks, we ended up going out with the hammer ray and taking it up to a little spot kind of over the hill from where the crawlers go. Every time I've gone back there, I've always thought it's kind of looked like a ULTRA4 type of terrain area back behind this cliff face that we normally crawl on. So I took the hammer ray out for some classic bashing, which I don't do too often, but it's always so much fun, and my wife and I were laughing our asses off watching this thing flip end over end. But it actually did surprisingly well, up until the end where I had the same issue that happened in the last video, but the bell crank steering popped off. So I have this body off already because this truck, if anyone has one, knows that the bodies on the Losi Rey platform are actually kind of difficult to get off. In the last video, I got the new ESC and servo and motor and receiver in, and so I'm using the Hobby Wing Easy Run Max 10 ESC with their 3200 kV brushless motor, and then the AGFRC A86 BHM extra strong servo. And then other things that I've done: Proline power stroke shock, metal trailing arms, aluminum third member, the power stroke shocks in the rear with the stock dampeners as well. And this truck, you'll see in the video coming up, this thing was just cruising along the rocks, eating them up. But the issue that I've had with this truck after I put on a cheap steering bell crank isn't the bell crank itself, but it's the steering linkage from the servo to the bell crank. And this is just a plastic rod right here. The actual ball stud snapped. It snapped after the threads and after the ball, so the kind of thin part of the metal, which I've never seen a failure like that. Usually a ball thread will snap at the threads, but I guess it makes sense. It's the thinnest part of the component. So I'm trying to think of a solution to come up with to fix that. Probably a different servo horn. The problem with this configuration that they have on the hammer ray, it's different than the Baja ray, but the servo needs a really small servo horn to clear the base plate. The geometry of getting that linkage to remain parallel is going to be difficult, but I think I can make it a little more robust, and that's something I'm going to do coming up in the future. Doesn't need its own video. It's just probably the only flaw that I've had on this truck, and it's the steering's kind of important. So it was a little nerve-wracking bashing some of these rocks, just wondering if it was going to come out of it being able to steer or not. But overall, I was super impressed. This truck always brings a smile to my face, and it was such a blast. Check out these clips. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Do you guys have a Losi Baja ray or a hammer ray, even the rock rays? It's a super fun trophy truck. It's different than your everyday like crawler or drift car. So these things are awesome, a lot of fun. Enjoy the footage. So I hope you guys enjoyed some of that footage from the Losi Hammer Ray out on the rocks, kind of bashing around, doing some Ultra 4 style driving. Thought it was cool kind of to slow the footage down a little bit and see how these shocks move as it's eating up those bumps and stuff. So no big jumps, no giant sends, just kind of fooling around, having a laugh with the wife. Overall, one of my favorite trucks right here. It will continue to remain on the channel, and I have some other ideas of maybe trying to mount the Sony onto the roof, using it as a camera car. I also have the Arma Vendetta. That's also a discontinued platform, but I was having the idea of maybe making that into a camera car to film that previous idea of the RC street drifting that I talked about in the previous video. You can check that one out up here. Let me know what you guys think. You guys got off-road cars, you like going fast, like hitting jumps? It's just one of those aspects of the hobby that, since these are scale vehicles, it's a lot easier to send these cars off crazy terrain or drive like you can't really get away with driving in real life. So that's why I enjoy them, one of the big reasons. Along with tinkering and modifying and adding all the parts that I do to these things, it's fun to feel the characteristics of the driving change when you upgrade things or tune things or make different changes to the chassis. So that's going to do it for this one. This was the Losi Hammer Ray. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you guys enjoyed some of that running footage, and I'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching. See ya.